Hey guys, 2024 is here, which means a new tier list is here for you guys. I wanted to go over what I thought were the best and worst classes right now for ESO PvP. I know that we're all going to have different opinions. You might agree with me on some, you might disagree. That's completely fine. Let me know in the comments below what you guys think. So without further ado, let's get on with the video. Alright, so for this tier list, we're going to have tiers S through D. I would do an F tier for a certain class that I think we can all agree on, but I'm not going to do that. I think D is going to be the lowest for any of them. So to start off with, we've got Arcanist right here. Sorry for the poor quality drawing. I think I did this on the last one too. I know that everything's got kind of a hybridized version of it. I know, but we're going to try and discuss each one as we get there. I know it's going to be a little bit different from the normal stuff, but either way, regardless. Magicka Arcanist. I don't really see too many of them around. I don't really think that they're the best because I feel like really what you want to do with a magic Arcanist would be better as a stamina Arcanist, even though it's pretty much hybridized. So I think that'd be really good as far as the defenses go. Getting those max stats on a magic based build would be super solid. Your heals would be through the roof. Your shields are already super strong. So I think defensive capabilities on a magic Arcanist, super solid. Yeah, easy. But is it going to have the same offensive pressure that a stamina Arcanist can provide? I'd say no. So personally, I think as far as the magic-based one put goes, again, this is for all DPS. All these things are going to be for DPS, by the way. It's not going to be for healers. It's not going to be for tanking. This is going to be for how it performs as a small-scale / 1vx build in Cyrodiil and how well you can do fighting other people. So, again, that's my basis on what I'm going for. So, a magic-based Arcanist, I think that I would put at the A tier. I think that's a really solid place. I don't think it's at like top of the line meta, but as far as defensive goes, I think it'd be really strong, and I think that A is a really good place for it. That being said, next thing is going to be stamina-based Arcanist, and stamina-based Arcanist is kind of what you see more as your bread and butter Arcanist build in PvP. It's kind of got that rending dual-wield build, and that's just kind of what you see on a lot of builds right now, and that's why I'm kind of leaning more towards putting stamina Arcanist on the S tier. Right now, it is absolutely broken. Trying to just kill even the worst of stamina Arcanists is a chore in itself. And I definitely going to put that at the S tier. Like, to me, no question about it. I knew going into this tier list, I knew that I was going to put this at S tier. That was without a doubt, no question. Between beam damage, tentacle damage, I think that it's got some really solid options. And using that dual-wield based build, definitely the way to go for S tier. All right, magic-based Nightblade is going to be the next thing that we have. I'm going to actually, real quick, we're going to adjust these real quick so that, you know, we got the magic and stam versions of each one right next to each other. That way we're not doing like one of each. All right, that looks much cleaner, and my OCD is a lot better now. Sorry. All right, so Nightblade. Magic-based Nightblade. It's very hybridized. I think Nightblade is the class that has the most hybridization out of all of them right now. You get the most amount of magic and stam skills in one, so I think it's really tough. But if we're going to lean towards a magic-based Nightblade, I use Concealed Weapon on all my Nightblades, which is a magic-based ability. I use is it the magic morph of Merciless Resolve? I'm pretty sure I used that one as well. The in cap I used it's all S tier. I think magic-based Nightblade is without a doubt S tier and is just super solid right now. It's such a hard carry of a class as far as damage goes. You could be the worst player in the world, and if you have an in-cap bow proc, you're going to be putting pressure on 99% of players. That combo right there alone is nuts and so unbelievably overtuned. I'm actually kind of amazed that it hasn't been changed yet, but I mean, what do I know? But regardless, Magic-based Nightblade is definitely at an S tier for me. The survivability that you have with Cloak now that Cloak is a buff for Major Savagery and Prophecy, I think that's huge. It gives you so much versatility for your Nightblade, and I just really put it as the S tier without a doubt. As far as the stamina-based Nightblade goes, I think they're kind of one and the same nowadays. It'd be really hard to put Nightblade at A tier when you have Mag Nightblade at S tier. They're basically one and the same. They both work so well together, and I really have to put them next to each other, both at S tier. Again, with a Stamblade combo, Incap Bow Proc, same exact combo. It doesn't matter if you're magic or stam based. Same exact thing. It's gotta be S tier, both of them. They are just super solid options with amazing damage. The damage you get from Nightblade is in PvP is bar none the best that you can get right now. And then next we've got Necromancer. We've got Magic and Stam Necromancer. I'm not even debating this one. D tier. And be lucky that we don't even have an F tier. I have tried so many different iterations of Magic Necromancer, and that class is pitiful. It's so unbelievably bad. It has absolutely no sources of built-in buffs. Like, you don't have, it's one of the only classes that doesn't have a built-in source of Major Brutality or Sorcery. You don't have any kind of built-in buffs like Major Savagery, Major Prophecy, really. And it's just one of those classes that just feels like it's lacking all the time. And you just don't ever have enough damage no matter how much you build into it. And overall, it is without a doubt the worst class in the game right now, which is terrible because I wish that it would get buffs. Magic Necromancer used to be my favorite, but it is just so unbelievably pitiful right now. I really hope that we're getting some buffs in 2024, and I really hope to see the return of Magic Necromancer, because it is honestly such a fun class, but right now it is so bad, it's not even worth playing. And then Stamina Arcanist. A lot of people say, hey, my Stam Arcanist slaps, but does it? I think that's the big question. Does it actually? If you're playing a Stam Necromancer and you put that exact same build on any other class, Stam Warden, Stam DK, Stam Templar, Stam Nightblade, Stam Arcanist, you get the deal. How does it perform on a Stam Necro compared to those other classes? I guarantee you it is not as good as the other classes. That being said, it's still way better than Magic Necromancer, because at least you have Rending or D-Swing, whatever you decide to do. And overall, I think C tier is a very safe place to put it. It's not the best by any means. I don't think it's a good class in the slightest. I refuse to play Magic or Stam Necromancer. I think they're both horrendous right now, and I just don't want to put myself through that. But I think that C tier is a great place to show, because it just shows that it is still better than a magic-based Arcanist or Necromancer. Sorry. And then Magden and Stamden. Last tier list, I put my Magden at S tier, and I was very confident in that at the time. But this same time, I'm not gonna put it as S tier again. I think that you've got some great damage. I think you can apply some really nice pressure. I think that you can get some really nice defenses. You've got some great healing, but does it give you that opportunity to 1vx with ease like an Arcanist does or a Nightblade does? No, not by any means. You have to struggle. You have to really like pressure somebody with your dots or your burst, whatever you got on there, and you really got to like go balls to the wall to get that kill. Not as hard as it is for Stam Arcanist or Nightblade in general. So I think a really safe place to put this is A tier. I think it's in a great place right now. It could use a few tweaks here and there, in my opinion. It's got no built-in CC, so that's a little there's a few different issues I have with it, but I think A tier is a great place to put it, because overall it does feel like a solid build, and it's one of those builds that I've been picking up recently that, again, every time I play Magden, I have a different build for it, and it works every time. As far as Stamden goes, I haven't played Stamden in a while now at this point. I just leveled up a new Stamden during this last double XP event, so I'm still in the process of getting all my skill points for that. So I haven't personally played this, so my view is going to be, have I really died to one recently in PvP? No. I find the burst to be very predictable. It's either going to be a D-swing. It's going to be like a D-swing donkey build on a stand-in, or it's going to be your meta masters dual wield builds that, you know, everybody's got in every class. So is it really applying the burst that would kill me in PvP? Not really. That being said, group utility though, group utility for stand-in is super solid. It is a great source of sustained burst damage, and if you can combo that with your friends, it's great. So overall, I think stand-in, I think B tier. I want to say, in my personal opinion, I think Magnet is better. And I think the only way to convey that message that Magnet is better is by putting them on different tiers. I think that's fair. Let me know if you guys agree with that or not. I'm a little torn about that one, but overall, I don't think it's not that big of a deal. I agree with that. All right, Dragonknight next. I feel like Dragonknight has been, for the longest time, for like years and years and years, like 3-4 years straight, Mag DK, Stam DK, S tier all the way. And then they started slowly getting nerfs over time. Different sustain nerfs so that you can't sustain as well. And then this past patch, we had it so that you can't gain ultimate one side of Corrosive anymore. And Corrosive has been the most OP ultimate for years now. And I think that was a change that, I don't think that was the right change to nerf Corrosive, because I mean, now that nobody's just using that in general, but it did change it so that people aren't running it as often. I'm running Magma Armor nowadays on my Mag DK, and it's still really strong. I like Mag DK a lot still. Is it as good as it used to be? No. I really don't find Mag DK to be nearly the same level of S tier that it used to be. I wish that I could find a place in between B and A tier. Like, let me get an A.5 tier or a B.5 tier, like a B+ tier. But that being said, DK is still really strong when you do find that person that is still running Corrosive and that's willing to wait longer. I've had some really fun Mag DK builds lately that are actually a blast to play, but I don't feel like they're really on the same tier as Arcanist or really anything else. So I'm gonna put Mag DK at A tier. I think it's still really good. I think if you combo that in a group setting, I think it's still really, really strong. But because I don't really want to put on the same tier as Stamden, I really don't. Yeah, that's fine. All right, Stam DK. My personal preference as far as playstyles go is I find Stamden playstyle to be the most boring playstyle to ever exist. I play Stam. Wait, did I say Stamden? Sorry, Stam DK. I find Stam DK to be so boring. I play Stam DK and I fall asleep. That being said, I do find builds every now and then that I do enjoy, but overall, whenever I play Stam DK, I'm playing this and I'm just like, I could be playing a Mag DK instead. You don't have as many skills in the kit for a Stam DK base rather than a Mag DK base, and it's not bad. You have access to rending with Master's Dual Wield when you're doing Stam DK stuff, so cool, that's awesome, but is it as good as Mag DK and the amount of pressure that Mag DK can output? In my personal opinion, no. That being said, a lot of you guys love Stam DK for some reason. I don't understand it. So a lot of you guys want me to put it in A tier. I get it. That being said, this is my tier list. Am I going to do that? Nope. We're putting Stam DK at the B tier. I don't like it nearly as much as Mag DK. I find the burst damage to be very lacking, and your dot pressure just really doesn't do it for me that much, and I just wish there was more with that kit, personally. All right, 4 more left. We've got Magplar next. Magplar, I have played Magplar builds where I have the highest amount of crit, I have the highest amount of pen, or I have the highest amount of spell damage, stuff like that. And I've had builds where I've had upwards of 7k spell damage with like over 10k pen, almost like 30% crit. And I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be awesome. And then I play it, and I'm hitting like a wet noodle. I just don't understand Plar anymore. I used to be a Magplar main. Magplar was my first main in this game, and I loved it. I was so good at it for so long, and I really did like it. But I don't like it anymore. It sucks. I play that, and I'm like, wow, this is terrible, especially for 1vx or small scale. Like, basically what you do when you're in small skills, you're just throwing off heals to your friends and then beaming low health targets. I don't think it's that great. I think that everything else is just better as far as class goes. That being said, the heals are really good. Like, healing on Plar is insane, like really strong. The execute is really nice for the roll dodge for when you're beaming somebody. But overall, and the combo of Meteor, Javelin is so unbelievably strong in Meteor. I understand the Meteor, Javelin, Beam combo. I understand how strong it is. But is it enough to carry to A tier? I say no. I say Magplar is a solid B tier. I will put it C plus personally, but that's just me. Stamplar. Stamplar at least has the source of major brutality and major sorcery, right? Because of the jabs. So that's good, right? Is it enough to carry it better than Magplar? No. I wouldn't say it's... Do I put Stamplar above Magplar? Do I put Stamplar on the same level as Magplar? I don't know. Do I put it below it? I don't know. It's just like, I feel weird putting anything on the same tier as Necromancer. I really do, but I really don't want to put Stamplar in the same category as DK either. I just don't feel like Stamplar does much in open world PvP. I wish it did. That being said, I can't put it on the same tier as Necro, because Necro is literally the most useless class in the game. Spoiler alert, both Sorcs are not even going to be close to C tier, so these are going to be the worst that there is. Stamplar, the only reason why I'm putting it at B tier, not anything lower, is because I just don't want it on the same tier as Necro. But do I think it is as good as Stam Warden, Stam DK, or Magplar? No, personally no. And then we come down to Magsorc. Magsorc, I have played recently, and it is a fun class. I do enjoy playing Magsorc. That being said, I do end up getting off of it very quickly compared to other classes, because the second you get called out, you die, because you are so squishy on Magsorc. So I'm gonna put it at B tier, due to the simple fact that I can't put it lower than C tier, but the burst damage is nice. It's a very satisfying class. I think Magsorc is a very fun playstyle. I just really feel like it could be adjusted in a few ways to kind of make it a more balanced open world playstyle. And then finally, coming down to Stampsorc. Stampsorc is the class within the last year that I've without a doubt had the most fun on. I think Stampsorc is the most fun class out of every single class in the game right now. And I just think it's the most high risk, high reward, because Stampsorc is the kind of thing where there's no burst heal, so that feels really rough at times. So it is a very high risk, high reward kind of gameplay, and the amount of damage you can output on a Stampsorc, whether you're doing a Bowsorc build, a dual-wield build, or I even tried a 2H build recently, and it wasn't my thing, but it wasn't bad either. I was hitting really hard. I think that there's a lot of versatility in builds that you can do, and there's just a lot of different playstyles that you can do, and I think it's a lot of fun, and it hits really hard. And Stampsorc is the last thing that I'm gonna put at S tier, because I just like it a lot. So that's the entire tier list. Let's recap. S tier: Stam Arcanist, Mag Nightblade, Stam Nightblade, Stampsorc. A tier: Mag Arcanist, Mag Warden, Mag DK. B tier: Stam Warden, Stam DK, Magplar, Stamplar, Magsorc. C tier: Stam Necromancer, and then D tier: Mag Necromancer. Do I feel confident in this listing? Yeah, honestly, I do. I think this conveys the fact that Necromancer needs something to change. and we're having an announcement soon. By the time this video comes out, I don't know if the announcement's out or not, or if there's any buffs or not, but this video is being recorded before there's any kind of announcements, just so you guys know. So I don't know if in any kind of PTS Necromancer has been buffed or not, but I really hope it does get buffed, because it really, with how bad Necromancer is, it really feels like there's only 6 classes in the game right now to play and to choose from. Whenever I'm looking at, hey, what class do I want to play today, I take Necromancer completely off the list, so I'm checking all the other ones. So that's kind of my current mentality of where I want to, you know, what I think about this current meta. I think it's very similar to the last one I did. I don't really think too much changed. I changed a few things around, but I don't really change. I feel like I changed too much. But that's really it from me, guys. Let me know if you guys agree with me, if you guys disagree with me, why you agree or disagree with me, or really mainly why you disagree with me. I'm always open to any kind of cordial conversations in the comments. Please, guys, everybody has their own opinions, and everybody's gonna have the same ones, so you guys don't need to be rude about your opinions. I'm really more than welcome to have any kind of just nice conversation about, hey, we disagree. That's fine. Everybody disagrees. That's cool. So let me know about your opinions on this. Also, if you're still here at the end of the video, please liking the video helps a lot, and commenting also helps me a lot as well. And if you're not subscribed to the channel, please don't forget to do that. Subscribing to the channel is awesome. I also stream 5 days a week on Twitch. I think I'm currently on a hiatus right now. If it's late January, I'm on a hiatus, but anytime past that, if you're watching this video later on, hey, come stop by, follow me on Twitch. That's awesome. We also have an Instagram account that I've been currently being more active on, so if you want to follow me on Instagram, it is Sekaar TV. That link will be in the description as well. Also, you have a TikTok, Sekaar TTV, I believe. Go follow me on TikTok as well. We're about to hit 300 followers. I would highly appreciate anybody going over and following over there as well. So guys, I know I've talked to you guys' ear off so much. I need to rest my voice. I need to go get a drink of water. Thank you guys so much for watching. I will see you guys on the next video. Later.